This is Rachel Quon. She just came back from the U17 World Cup in New Zealand, and she is a great girl. Plays soccer as her main sport, also very athletic. She's on Eclipse Select, plays the left outside back.
July 8th, 2007, I was at one of the camps, the U16 camps, and we were playing at Kaz's college on turf field, and kind of took a tumble, tore my ACL, I heard a pop, and then I also broke my collarbone. I didn't believe that I tore my ACL. I kept telling myself maybe it's an MCL, something else, but once I found out it was the ACL for sure, I thought it was all over. It's gonna be impossible to come back to where I was. I felt like I was at my best point right then at U16 national team, and I just fell to the bottom. It was difficult because all I wanted to do was go back and just play, juggle at least, but I wasn't allowed to do any of that, so it was really hard. And I came back, I think, in February. I talked to my coach, or Kaz, and he said that physically I wasn't ready. I wasn't really going into tackles, mentally, still getting back into it. So I knew I still had work to do, and my biggest goal was to get asked to the World Cup. It was hard. I remember the first practice, didn't touch the ball at all, just ran around kind of, just pretending that I was playing, but eventually I got back into it. Coming from not being able to run to playing a 90-minute plus game felt amazing. We arrived in Auckland and then drove to Hamilton where we were staying for our first games, and there was on the street lamp poster little banners saying New Zealand World Cup U17, since it was the first one ever. We'd have a walk around and people just come up to us and be like, what's going on? And as the tournament went on, there was people coming up to us getting autographs. It's kind of weird. Looking at that jersey with Quon on the back, it's kind of ridiculous. It was, when I first saw it, I was like, what's happening? Our first group game was against Japan. We knew that was probably going to be our hardest team to play in our group. They're very good on the ball, and they know what's going on around. The first 2 minutes, I'm pretty sure we scored off of a long throw-in, and I sprinted all the way to the corner to celebrate, but yeah, it was amazing. It just was unrealistic, and then unfortunately we lost 3-2. We knew we weren't out of it, but we knew we had to work a lot harder. I couldn't hear anything when I started playing. We had to adapt. The Japan game, I was Ceramist Player of the Game, and I defended one of their best players who also got one of the awards for being the best player. I forgot her first name, but her last name was Iwabuchi, number 10, and she was very skillful on the ball. But I thought she never really, other than her goal, she never really had a chance. I tried to not let her turn, do anything. I defended the best I could, and then once I got it, I connected, make sure I didn't just throw it away after all that work. We knew all we had to do was tie, but we were going in the game to win it, of course, and we won. We tied France 1-1, so we were just relieved. We knew it was going to be a huge game coming in since it's Germany. No one ever beats them, I feel like. They're huge, they're technical, they're everything. But going into that game, I'm pretty sure we gave them a little bit too much respect and just sat in. First 6 minutes, they score on a corner. In my head, I thought, oh, we're done, kind of, because they just kept coming at us. We didn't have any handle on the ball, and they're just amazing. Or they're all right. But after that goal, I think we kind of settled down. We were like, let's just keep the ball. So we moved it around. I'm pretty sure we watched it afterwards, got our rhythm back. And then, so it was 1-0 at half, and we came back and won 2-1. North Korea, we watched their film before, 2 days before the game, the championship game, and our coach purposely turned up the volume because they had loud screeches when they want the ball and when the ref would call a bad call. But our coach made points that they were very technical, they were physical and strong, and then they defend very well. They're compact and they don't let you get out. we knew it was going to be a hard game. Since we were up 1-0 and going into the second half, they come back 1-1. We go into overtime and we lose in the last 2 minutes. Everyone was just devastated because we had it, and then just somehow they took it away, and most of the team were just crying. Yeah, while we watched the other team just run around with their flag, cheering. But I was just angry because I knew we could have won and we got our medals, but just wasn't the same as gold.
Can I have your autograph? I'm totally kidding. Do not put that in there. Oh my gosh, it's so embarrassing.